ISO, Joe Sorrentino here. I'm here to entertain you a little bit. Hopefully I'll put a smile on your face. I want to introduce myself, Joe Sorrentino. I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. My wife is from Queens, New York. And we can do some real good debating. You call it arguing. We call it debating. Part of our culture is that we get together and we mix it up. No one gets away with anything in our family. Actually, what it turns out to be, if it's done correctly, is an aphrodisiac. That's right. Try it sometime. Anywho, I was introduced to my wife by my brother Vinny. My brother Vinny, I loved him dearly. That's right, you heard right. My brother Vinny. He's a real thing. He's the little one in the family. He was the last one to come to the family. And when I finished my therapy, I had to say, Vinny, that's one track back. When I finished my therapy, the actual therapist says that I have to do amends to someone that I really tormented or was rude to in my life. Hey, my brother Vinny, the little one in the family, right? He's for entertainment, so we did a lot of things. Anywho, I said, Vinny, how's about I do an amends? I do tell you all the things I did wrong. Say, hey, Joe, okay. Sometimes he called me Giuseppe. Hey, Giuseppe, go ahead. You can tell me anything. I said, okay, Vinny, I'm sorry that I put the lighter fluid around you, ran it up your leg, and had you light the other end. Hey, Vinny, I'm sorry that I de-pantsed you and locked you out of the house so all the other kids can see you naked. Hey, Vinny. Hey, Vinny. Hey, Vinny. I kept going. Hey, Vinny, I'm sorry that we told you all these years, actually me and my sisters told you that we found you and you weren't really part of the family, and our mother was, you know, she was feeling bad. She didn't want to tell you that you wasn't part of the family. I'm sorry we told you that. Anyway, by the time I was finished with my Hey Vinnies, I went home that day. Man, I was feeling good. I got all this stuff off my chest, all these things. And then I hear the next day that my brother is signing up for therapy. Anyhow, let's get back to my wife. My wife actually tells everyone that I am the best husband in the whole world. And she's got a lot of reason to do that. Okay? You know what I do? Is I watch Hallmark movies with her, and I watch The Bachelor and Bachelorette with her. How do you like that? How many of you guys do that? The secret, you might say? The secret is medical marijuana. That's right. A couple tokes of medical marijuana and you sit there with your wife just loving to sit there and watch them stupid movies. Anyhow, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and Hallmark movies are like night and day. Hallmark movies are clean, they're pretty sweet. There's no, heavy-duty sex and all sorts of stuff. Bachelor, Bachelorette, another story. I was watching this last one here, it was like crazy. And the thing about it is every time you turn around with the Bachelor and Bachelorette, when they get together, there may be 20 guys, and in this case it was the Bachelorette and one woman, and she goes around all day long kissing people. Not just kissing them like, hello, like the Italians do. This is, she throws her leg around them, and she grabs them, and both of them are doing this stuff here. And I'm saying, what the hell? I mean, this is like soft porn, only they're using their tongues. All day long this is going on. Oh, Bobby. Oh, Carol. You know, all day long. And then they have what they call the fantasy suite. Forget about the fantasy suite right now. I have to get back to this so-called French kissing. I looked it up. We all know it's ugly. It's okay to kiss one person where you know where their mouth has been, but you don't go around kissing everybody you meet with your tongue. I don't know how many do it here. How many of you approach a friend or an old friend you have and right away do this stuff? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's part of your, I don't know, personality. If it is, You better take care of it. You better take care of it. Anyway, so what happens is they do all this kissing and everything. And I looked it up, and bacteria-wise, there's 80 million bacteria that happens between two people when they tongue kiss, or they put it nice, French kiss. You can put it any way you want. It's disgusting, man. So anyhow, the 80 million bacteria in your mouth. So she's doing 4 or 5 guys a day. Say 4 guys a day. That's 320 million bacteria in her mouth. I'm sort of like a clean freak, and I'm going nuts. I have to watch part of this with a toothbrush in my hand, brushing. It's terrible. The end of the night, my gums are sore as can be. It's terrible. Anywho, then we get to the fantasy suite. The fantasy suite, anything happens. Anything happens. And they get in the fantasy suite, so before they go in there, they actually go in there and they start with the all this stuff here. They lay on the bed, he gets on top of her, he straddles her, she straddles him, and then supposedly the lights go out and nobody knows what happens. Anyway, we know that the videographer does. He knows what happens, he's there. It's disgusting. I just cringe when I see the fantasy suite. Like I said, I'm sort of like a clean freak. So let me tell you. Then they bring the persons they pick back to meet the parents. Now here you are. There's dads in the audience, right? You've been watching for about 8 weeks now, your daughter doing this to different guys every night. At least 4 or 5 guys every night. When they start out, there's a whole string of them. It's crazy. And then they bring them over to the house and they want how do you feel about your daughter and the relationship with Luke? And inside, I know the father is saying, oh man, if I could just get my hands around this bastard's neck right now, I'll squeeze it until his ears blow the wax out. But he's got to be nice. I think that if my daughter really loves him, and he loves her, and he's going to treat her right, then I approve of this gathering. Come on, man. I wasn't born yesterday. I'm from Jersey City. We don't screw around like that. Someone's going to mess around with our daughter, and we're going to see them sticking the tongue down. I mean, when we meet our family, we could be 35, 40 years old. When they meet each other, they kiss each other. Oh, sweetheart, you're home from work. Okay, because there's people around. If you want to do this stuff here, don't do it when there's people around. Give me a break. Anywho, so getting back to the parents, he's saying, oh yeah, I love it. And let's ask the mother. Well, he's really a sweet guy. He's quite handsome. What a body. Ooh-wee. What a body. Anyway, and then later on, she says, I ain't marrying him. I ain't marrying him. I ain't marrying him. She's going to pick the worst one there, and I'll marry you. It's killing me. It's killing me. Anyway, I got to be getting going here, or they're going to throw me off the stage. But one more thing. I had a minor operation on my arm, and I go to physical therapy where they do what they call stim and ice. If any of you do that, you'll find out that's electrical stimulation with ice on top of it to sort of like help increase the time or increase the curing time for whatever you got, you know. So anyway, I go there, and I'm a wise ass. You know, I shouldn't be. I have this unfiltered section or this unfiltered member in my brain, and he starts off, right? First thing Monday morning, my physical therapist comes in, and I look at her as I'm laying on there, ready for my stim and ice, and I say, oh man, you must have been howling at the moon this weekend. You look terrible. First clue. She did not react to that. What she did was she put a little smirk on her face. Very polite, little smirk. She hooked up the electrodes to my arm, put the ice on there, and then went to the machine and 3 times, max. The hair was standing up on my head, you know, my arms and everything else. I think even my pubic hairs was standing up, right? And she looks at me and she goes, "Would you like me to comb your hair down?" Anyway, to today, I can't remember what I did for the last 2 years. I don't know. It's just a blank to me. Thank you.